Peace, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Ilya Rashad Mohammed. And look, I just want to share some information that I think is interesting, and it ought to be interesting to you as well, because it's certainly of interest and of major concern to the U.S. government, its military, and other militaries and governments throughout the world. And of course, we are dealing with the UFO phenomena. There's been much in the news lately, much concerns that have been expressed by government officials, Congress, the Pentagon, which is military officials, over these unidentified anomalous aircraft that have been flying over America's airspace, that have been going over and interfering with America's very secretive nuclear weapons projects. So this is of utmost concern of the U.S. government and its military, and it should be of concern to you as well. Now, it's very interesting because there's been a lot of sightings and things like that that have been taking place just this past week that have caught national attention. And it just so happens that this past week, amid the congressional hearings on UFOs again, it's interesting that YouTube recently deleted what is probably one of my most popular videos. It is the video lecture of me giving a lecture at the Nation of Islam's headquarters, Mosque Mariam, about a year and a half or so ago, where we specifically deal with this UFO phenomena, where we offered the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which gives clear answers to the UFO phenomena. I do not think it's a coincidence that YouTube, or those behind YouTube, which we know who they are, that they have sought to delete one of our most popular and informative videos concerning the UFO phenomena, especially that the timing that they are doing it, when Congress and these government leaders are supposed to be so concerned over UFO disclosure, so concerned over what are these objects, when here you have the children of slaves in the Nation of Islam literally answering this phenomena before the public even had questions about them. But you want to censor and do everything in your power to keep the public from knowing the answers to this phenomena. So yes, they deleted one of our most popular videos, and they deleted it from other channels, not just mine, but what's his name? Iron Muhammad, who posts so many videos of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. He posted it, had, man, tens of thousands of views of our video, where we explicate and share very clear, lucid knowledge and information about this phenomena. And it's since been deleted from his channel as well. So we know what it is, because this truth, represented by the Nation of Islam, is America's top priority of national security. Now, again, whether you know this or not, this is largely where your tax dollars are going, to keep this truth away from the public. The truth that the Nation of Islam has these solid answers to. And just as they deleted our video to try to silence the truth that the Honorable Minister Farrakhan has been sharing with us, now you see where these wheels, or some of these UFOs, have been spotted over the nation's capital again. That's right. I think this past week there were about 4 luminous UFOs spotted over DC, captured on film and on camera. So these are things that are violating America's, what's supposed to be their sovereign airspace. And please understand that this is nothing new. In fact, it was just 2019, around this same time, it was November of 2019, that Washington, D.C. and the White House and the Capitol was temporarily shut down or on lockdown because of these UFOs that was hovering over their so-called sovereign airspace. These wheels or UFOs were spotted going over America's airspace with impunity to the point where DC was on lockdown for some hours. I think y'all forgot about that. Make sure you revisit that. November of 2019. So, again, this is not the first time that UFOs or these wheels have been seen and spotted over DC. Of course, the famous incident, which we mentioned a lot in our book, UFOs and the Nation of Islam, the 1952 UFO incident over Washington, D.C., where in the month of July in 1952, thousands of people saw these wheels flying over D.C. and the nation's capital with impunity. And that rendered what became one of the worst, I guess you could say, press conferences to try to explain away the UFO phenomenon. It was General Samford who held a press conference on these wheels that were sighted by thousands of residents in the D.C. area in 1952. And this press conference became known as one of the worst flaps in press conference history, because General Samford attempted to explain away these wheels as some type of meteorological phenomena. You know, in other words, you thousands of people that saw this, you don't know what you saw. These were some meteorological phenomena that we can't explain, but it wasn't these wheels that Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam has been representing to you all of this time. So all of this should be of interest. It should be of concern to us, because if there is this power in the world that is clearly greater and far superior than white Western world powers and all world powers combined, then that should be something that should be of utmost interest and concern to us, especially black folks. Oh yeah, that's a whole subject in and of itself right there. But needless to say, we just want you to know. When I say you, I'm talking about the public. I'm talking about our people in particular, that there is a power on scene, and we, the Nation of Islam, have the answer to what the world calls the UFO phenomena. That's a hell of a thing when here we are, arguably the most controversial group with the most controversial leadership in the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, and prior to him, the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And these men, since the beginning, have been talking about their connection to these wheel-shaped planes that the world calls UFOs, and letting the world know that we have the answer to this phenomena, but you don't even include us in none of your UFO discussions. That's part of the cover-up, y'all. So now, since we know that the government and the leaders and the journalists are too afraid to engage us on this very important topic, we want you as the public to know that you, if you want answers, you would be foolish as hell thinking that you're going to get true disclosure coming from the government, whose job is to lie to you. Their job has always been to cover up this truth, because that truth of these crafts, these objects, if you take a truly objective study, it can only lead you to the Nation of Islam, because the nation is the only one on record to this day, the first on record, and remains the only group to this day to give definitive answers to this phenomena. Now, if nobody wants to challenge us on that, then that's on your part. I'm telling you straight up, then that's hypocrisy and negligence on your part. If we say that we have the answer to this phenomena and you won't even challenge or question us, hey, what more can we do? Don't say that we didn't tell you now, but we have the answers. I'm very blessed as a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to have provided resources, our book, UFOs and the Nation of Islam, which for the time being is still on Amazon before they ban that too, like they banned our other books. It gives solid, lucid answers to this phenomena. Don't overlook the fact that we have produced what I would honestly regard as the most important documentaries as it relates to the UFO phenomena. I'm also a filmmaker, by the way, a documentarian, and we've produced the Answered series, which clearly answers the UFO phenomena. We have two parts, the first one being the prelude, the second one being Answered the Coming of God, and we're working on part 3, which is going to heavily deal with that battle in the sky. It's going to deal with the Battle of Los Angeles and other very important, look at these people calling, very important issues that nobody wants to talk about. Certainly they don't want to include us in the discussion. And it is because we give answers. So I'm challenging you respectfully, as thinking people, as critical thinkers. I'm challenging you to engage us in the Nation of Islam on this very important topic. And if we cannot provide answers like we say we can, then you have the right to dismiss us. But if we provide answers, don't try to ignore it, as the world has been doing for the past 90 damn years, okay? So check out our resources. Again, I'm Brother Ilya Rashad Muhammad. We have some of our resources on this on our website, nationbrothers.com. You can check out our books, UFOs and the Nation of Islam, which is on Amazon. You can check out our documentaries, Answered, The Prelude, and Answered, The Coming of God, as we anticipate the next installment in this very powerful and most important documentary series, because we are the only ones that actually get to the root. We are the only ones that get to the root of this phenomena and provide definitive details about it. Not guesses, not some damn theories. So we implore you to engage us in this very important topic. And until next time, make sure you stay connected with us, all right? As we continue to show how the research verifies the revelation. All right? Y'all stay connected. Peace.